Hello and welcome to this second video answering the question, how do SASS and SIPPs compare? In this video, I want to look specifically at the pros and cons of a SASS and a SIPP from a business owner's point of view. So let's start off by talking about investing your pension money. Now, both a SIPP and a SASS allow access to a wide range of asset classes. And with a SIPP, the SIPP operator has a duty of care to carry out detailed due diligence on all of the investments that it allows within the SIPP. So what this means is that it ensures compliance with HMRC and it helps you to ensure that you avoid any tax penalties on any investments that you might make, because these tax penalties could wipe out the value of your pension quite easily. Now, although this is good news, a SIPP operator has the right to prevent you from investing in areas that it doesn't like, even though it's your money. Its decisions can change over time. So whilst an investment might be acceptable today, in the future, it could change its mind, it could change the rules. And you may be prevented from topping up into that original investment, or reinvesting your money in the same area when your first investment matures. And this could be for any number of reasons. They don't have to justify it. They can just say, no, this is no longer an acceptable investment. Now, with a SASS, you are the trustee. So ultimately, it's your decision where you invest your money. And for this reason, many people prefer a SASS over a SIPP, because they have the ultimate say in where their money is being invested, rather than being controlled by the SIPP operator. Now, the governing SASS deed will be tailored to meet your needs, giving you a truly personalised pension, compared with a SIPP, where a single master trust covers every single member. Now, if we move on and look at funding your business growth, well, a SASS can grant loans to the sponsoring employer, that's your company, as well as buying its shares. As a business owner, you are able to access your money from your SASS in a variety of ways, and that will help you to grow your business. And it's often more competitive than raising funds from other sources. A SIPP would incur substantial penalties if you did this. And I think at a time when banks are still being criticised for their lack of support of small and medium-sized businesses, pension-led funding is recognised as a cost-effective source of financial support, putting you in control of your business funding. Now, if we look at the pooling of pension money with others, then this has a number of advantages. Now, for families wishing to pass wealth to future generations, now membership of a group SASS is available by invitation to those who aren't employed by your company, meaning that your spouse and your children could be invited to join. Now, not only does this provide you with financial planning and taxation advantages, it could also enable your assets, such as a commercial property, to move seamlessly and tax efficiently down the generations without having to be sold on the retirement or death of an older relative. Now, whilst we're talking about commercial property, you know, if you and your fellow members of your SASS, now again, these could be the directors of your business, it could be key employees of your business. So you've created this group SASS. So you could pool your pension funds and complete a single property purchase for your group SASS. Whilst you could acquire the property using individual SIPPs, you'll duplicate the acquisition costs and fees with each SIPP. You might also find that the SIPP operators are reluctant to work with competitor firms. And when you come to draw your benefits, you may discover that you don't get the full value when you come to sell your minority share in the property. And also, because we've got pooling pension funds, then we could also look at friends and common interest groups. Now, as you don't have to work for the sponsoring employer to join a SASS, it follows that people with common interests could effectively use the combined value of their pension funds in a SASS for more substantial and profitable investments. The most popular group SASS investment is commercial property. It's not unusual for members of a property club to join together to use their pension funds for various types of developments and investments. Now, sometimes a SIPP can be better than a SASS for an individual. If you want to take control of your pension money with a self-invested pension and you want to limit your investment choices to standard stock market investments, it's likely that a SASS will come out tops. A restricted stock market only SIPP can cost less than a SASS, but arguably the most important feature is that a SIPP is regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. A SASS does not enjoy such protection. It means that if things go wrong with your SIPP, you can complain to the Financial Ombudsman Service, but you'll be left high and dry with a SASS. If the SIPP operator fails, you're covered by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. But with a SASS, you're on your own. So if you want to expand your investment choices beyond the stock market to some of the things like high interest loans or crowdfunding or peer-to-peer lending, you'll need a full SIPP or SASS for that. They broadly cost the same, but a SASS can afford you some extra benefits. Now, self-invested pensions are undoubtedly an attractive proposition who want control over their investment decisions. But I think that you need to make sure that you get the right advice before you enter into any of these self-invested options. So I hope these two videos together have been useful in comparing a SASS and a SIPP. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.